So we're kicking off the month of September. When you look back at the releases from Jordan Brand here in 2025, it's definitely been iconic. You know, we still have some months left on the calendar year, which for the most part, we pretty much seen first looks or leaks at all of the sneakers set to finish off the year, except for a few exceptions here and there, such as those Jordan 11s, which there's supposed to be a bunch of those to kind of finish off the year. If I'm not mistaken, we haven't seen looks at all of those just yet. There's also a rumored pair of Jordan 4s in collaboration with Ama Manier, which I think should definitely be interesting. But when you talk about this pair right here, this is another one which you can mark off the list. We got a first look, the debut of the upcoming Soulfly Jordan 3, which when we talk about these first looks, for the most part, like 9 times out of 10, we're usually gonna see these in an unofficial capacity. So these early leakers, sometimes they're gonna present these sneakers with bad lighting, say horrible angles, and sometimes even like bad quality pictures. So Soulfly, somehow, they beat off all of the leakers for an iconic debut of this upcoming release at the Miami Hurricanes season opener. So to the right, you got Joe Johnson, NBA legend, which although he didn't actually play at the University of Miami, being as that he is like a Jordan Brand ambassador, I think ISO Joe, he was definitely deserving of a pair of his own, but it was only right for Edgerrin James to the left, Miami Hurricanes legend, to be a part of this rollout right here, which as far as these Soulfly 3s, they're slated to drop coming up in December, which Art Basel shares a similar date on the calendar. So my guess is there's gonna be some type of correlation as far as the release and the annual festival, which takes place in Miami, which when you talk about Soulfly, like, I really could care less about what all the blogs are saying about this release right here. In Miami, these joints are already platinum, rocking the iconic orange and green color scheme right here. So as far as Soulfly, they actually first opened their doors back in 2010. So these are their co-founders pictured right here, which at that time, I actually remember living in South Florida, Cutler Bay, which a lot of people refer to as like South Miami. Some people even call it down south. I remember shopping at Soulfly when they first opened, buying like snapbacks, stuff like that. So it was kind of a sign of those times, obviously. But since then, they've continued to expand, open up 2 additional locations, and they've also hit us with some high profile Jordan collaborations throughout the years, which those first kind of Jordan collabs started off with some friends and family pairs. But then when we saw in 2016, they dropped the Soulfly Art Basel Jordan 16s, which this one, of course, were extremely limited. On top of that, apparently like numbered to just 1,500 pairs. So you already know, super collectible. Then in 2018, we saw the Soulfly Jordan 17 Low Reverse Lightning, which pays homage to the pair of Lightnings which MJ rocked during the 2002 All-Star Game. These joints go absolutely crazy, and again, super dumb limited. I think they were supposed to be just 2,300 pairs. So as you guys already know, again, very collectible. And then in 2018, we got the Soulfly Jordan 1 Art Basel, which again, you got the iconic orange and green, which in Miami, of course, represents the Hurricanes. But people also like kind of correlate these colors to the Dolphins, which although the green is more of like a teal, we still got a lot of love for the orange and green down here. So as far as this one in 2018, remember, this was the peak of the popularity for the Jordan 1. So these went absolutely crazy. People catching tickets just to be able to grab these. And then you also had the patent leather friends and family version, which also dropped alongside of those. Following up these releases in 2019, we also had a Jordan 3, which paid homage to the Florida Lottery, which is real big down here, obviously. This one, again, dumb limited, apparently just like a friends and family release. Not too many pairs of these have actually seen the light of day. Then in 2020, we got this 10th anniversary pair, which I can't really tell you guys too much about the inspiration behind this one. Then in 2021, we got the Everglades pair, which this was a pair of Jordan 1 lows. These were whatever. Kinda, I ain't gonna lie, like if I'm gonna be real with these are kind of trash. Then in 2022, we got this one, the Rather Be Fishing, which I couldn't tell you anything about this pair right here. These were just whatever. They were cool or whatever. Then in 2023, we got the Jordan 8 Mi Casa Es Su Casa, which of course, obviously, you know, pays homage to the Cuban heritage of Soulfly's founders, as well as the huge Cuban population down here in South Florida. They continued the Cuban theme with the Cafecito on a pair of Jordan 12s, which you guys remember these actually released last year. So they kind of went through different themes throughout the years. The more recent pairs have been more paying homage to the Cuban heritage. But when you talk about this upcoming release, I feel like this is one which is probably going to bring the most attention that we've ever seen. When you talk about a Soulfly release, as far as like the love for the Miami Hurricanes, right? Like they're taking it back to the green and orange. You gotta love it. These joints are already platinum in Miami as we speak. Now, when you talk about Soulfly, this shop was founded, one of the co-founders actually happens to be the brother of Michael Jordan's wife, making him MJ's brother-in-law. So when you talk about Soulfly and their relationship with Jordan Brand, like, bruh, it ain't going nowhere. Think about it, like, bruh literally be at the cookouts with Michael Jordan on holidays, probably sitting back, like, smoking cigars. So he's not stressing about his relationship with Jordan Brand, which is why I feel like Soulfly, they take their time. Sometimes they just drop friends and family pairs. They never overdo it too much. We're usually just seeing one release per year. And when you talk about this one right here, like, these are going crazy, bro. So let me know what y'all think about these. Why I could care less about what like all the major media outlets are thinking about this one. I just want to know what the people are thinking about this right here, because as far as a pair of Jordan 3s, you do got the Nike Air on the back. No elephant print, cement print, whatever you want to call it, present here, but they are featuring the iconic green and orange, which in Miami, people are going to love these right here. Special edition boxes included as well. But as far as like these collabs this year, it seems like the most hype has been to all of the ones which like have a lot of controversy surrounding them. So like when we talk about backdooring, stolen pairs, it seems like this is the controversy that kind of sells these collabs. And as far as Soulfly, hopefully there's not gonna be any of these shenanigans involved. We have heard some allegations of some backdooring, you know, with them in the past, but as far as their last couple of releases, they've been pretty clean. You know what I mean? No really shenanigans, just an easy release, which they've dropped via their website, which they were there. If you wanted to grab them, you could have grabbed them. So when you talk about these upcoming 3s, we'll see what the deal is, but I already mentioned, bro, like in Miami, these joints are already platinum. So drop your feedback. This is a cool one from Jordan Brand. And when we talk about what's set to release for the rest of the year, remember we got a bunch of 11s, which we're waiting on first looks for those, and then those rumored Ama Maniere 4s. But for the most part, I think we pretty much seen everything that's set to drop for the rest of the year. So that's all I got for you guys. I'll be checking in with y'all shortly. JATV. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.
Stay safe, stay blessed. Stay safe, stay blessed.
Stay safe, stay blessed. JA.
Stay safe, stay blessed. Stay safe, stay blessed.
Stay safe, stay blessed. JA.
Stay safe, stay blessed. Stay safe.